Okay, so every once in a while you should drain your hot water tank, especially in the spring or in the fall when they flush your lines if you're on municipal water. Even if you're not in municipal water and you're on pump, you're on a well, you still get sediment and stuff in, so you should actually drain it. So first thing you want to do is if you're on natural gas like this one, you want to unplug it. And if you're on electric water heater, then you want to turn the breaker off so that you got no power coming to the thing. The other thing is if you have a shut off on the gas, you should turn that off as well, but this here hot water tank does not have that. Then you're going to see that there is a drain line right here. What you want to do is you want to hook up a garden hose to the end of this. And then what you want to do is you want to just turn this. It's a quarter turn here. Some of them are an actual handle, like a dial. Some will actually be a lever. This one's just a quarter turn, and actually you need a slot head screwdriver for it. And make sure everything is cleared out of the way so that you don't get anything wet, because it might drip a little bit. Hopefully not. And then what you want to do is you want to drain it into a sump pump or a floor drain that goes to the outside. And if you don't have that option, then you're going to have to do something like pump it into a bucket and then carry the buckets outside. But just be extremely careful, because that water is going to be really hot. Most of them are set for, in my experience, for 120 degrees or better. Yeah, so hopefully you just have a sump pump and you can just drain it into it, and then as it fills up, it'll pump it out. The other thing is, it's even better if you actually unplug and shut the hot water heater off and leave it for 4 hours or more to cool that water off, and then you don't have to worry about getting burned. So anyways, I'm doing it a little bit quicker here because I don't have the luxury of that much time. So I'm actually just shutting her off, and I'm going to drain her into the sump pump, and I'll show you here. Okay, so we got our garden hose hooked up there. Make sure that's good and tight, like at least if you can hand tighten it tight. And then what you do is just very slowly turn this on right there. So this is a Phillips, a slot. So you want to just turn it real slow. So if there is a leak, then you can shut it off right away. So you can hear that coming out now. So there, so we just want to check and make sure there's no leaks now. Okay, so we've checked the line here that goes all the way over to the sump pump pit, and there seems to be no leaks. It's good. The other thing you're going to want to do is turn off the valves on your water heater. So there's actually a line that comes in here. That's the feed that supplies the cold water into the tank. Also there's a hot water outline there. I turn that off as well because there could be backflow. I do want to turn those on before we're all done, but in the interim, I just want to empty the water tank right now. So we're gonna turn those back on and flush it out after we're done. So it's gonna take a few hours for this to drain, I would think, because there's no more pressure. It's just gravity coming from here. So now we're just gonna turn it back on and let it drain. So for a little troubleshooting here, so if you're finding that this water line is not draining, then what you can do is turn on the water, just the water that goes out, your hot water supply that goes to the rest of the house, not the water supply into the tank that's cold, but the one that would go out, because sometimes it will create a vacuum and then the water can't be released. It needs the air to pull it through. So, and as you can see, over here, actually, as you can see, this is a really old basement. It's 150 years old. So as you can see, the water's coming out pretty steady now. So that's going to take a while to drain because that's a 50-gallon tank. So it's not coming out too fast. So when you just drain her into your sump pump, and as it fills up, well, it'll come on and put it outside. So there you go. So now that your water tank is completely drained, and what I would do too is there's a pressure relief valve here. I would actually just give it a flip so you can hear that air. So what it's doing is it's allowing the air to come through, and it actually lets water go out the line more. Then what you do is turn that back off because you don't want to leave it on All it is just a lever. Just make sure it's down and loose like that. The other thing is then turn your water back on, your cold water tap back on, and then start filling the tank. And what it's going to do is leave this open. Don't close the valve yet, because you want to flush out. There could be some sediment in the bottom of the tank, and that's why you're draining your hot water tank to begin with, is you want to flush any sediment that's in the bottom of the tank, because eventually that can affect the ability for it to heat the water. So you want to just drain that I try to do it every year. Some people would do it more, and some people never ever do it. But I like to do it about once a year if I remember, and flushes all the sediment out. And then what you're going to do is just check on your water line. So it should run faster. So see how fast that's running now. So that's actually the pressure that's coming in from the town. So that's really going to flush out any junk that would be inside your water heater. So I would let that run for a few minutes. There's no set time that I'm aware of. So let it run 5-10 minutes and really flush out, because all the stuff's in the bottom, and your valve to flush it out is at the bottom. So all the gunk settles to the bottom, and then it pushes it out. So there you go. I would try to do that about once a year if you can. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Just grab a garden hose and connect it to your drain spout here. And this one's only quarter turn. Some of them are actually dials. Some don't even have anything on them. They'll have a threaded part, or like a notch part on the top, and you need a wrench to turn it. Just you figure it out. You'll see whenever you look at your valve, your drain spout. So anyways, try to do it at least once a year. And again, make sure you unplug it. If it's gas, turn the gas off. If you have like a shut off valve in your gas line, and if it's electric, then you'll want to turn the breaker off, so you got no power coming to it. So there you go. One thing too that I might recommend is make sure that you put some weight on the water line, like your garden hose that's coming from the water heater, because when the water's coming in warm, your hose will be a bit limp, so it won't, you can drop it into your sump pump and it's not gonna fly up. But as soon as you turn the cold water back on and you're flushing out the tank, that water line becomes stiffer and it's going to raise up, so it could spray water all over the place. So just put a little bit of weight on it, of something. I just put the old lid of the sump pump on top of it, and that's enough. Or you could put anything, just enough weight to hold it down, because that's going to come out pretty strong. We're about 65 pounds water pressure here, so it's pretty strong. You can see how fast it's coming in now. You see the difference before, when it was just draining the hot water, was kind of, coming in pretty slow. But once you flush the tank, it's going to be coming in pretty fast. The other thing what I do is have a bucket handy that you can actually take a bit of that water, put it in your bucket, and check to see if there's any sediment or any discoloration to the water. And once you have nice clear water coming through, then shut it off and plug your water heater back in, and turn the gas back on, or turn the breaker back on, whichever the case may be, and get your hot water going. It could take a couple of hours to get hot water again. So anyways, that was just a heads up, just in case. And no, I don't speak from experience, because I haven't had water fly all over the place, but I just know that will happen. So anyways, until next time, have fun maintaining your home.